men work so hard to get you, and then when you finally get them a chance, they won't put in the work to keep you.
Oh, you thought just because I was chasing you, I actually wanted to catch you. Yo, getting you to do that thing you normally don't do for other men, for me, gives me an ego boost, but that don't mean I want to keep you. Sometimes I do it for the sport. Collecting women is a sport to me. And let me tell you something. All my life, I've been taught how to gain a woman's attention, but secretly inside, I've never been taught how to keep it. But hold on. I learned how to pass the interviews, though. I learned how to say all the right things. Matter of fact, I don't get past the dating interview space. That's why I'm so good at it. Every 6 months, I start this cycle over and over and over and over and over and over again. And that's why you fall for me, is because I'm a serial dater, but I do not like commitment. I chase you not to catch you. I chase you because it's fun for me. And it gives me something to do. You thought I was texting you good morning because I was actually concerned about your morning. I text you that because I was bored as and to be honest, because I don't know how to fulfill myself inside, I look for validation from women like you. So here you are, acting an ass for me, even though I'm an ass to you, and that does something for me. So just don't confuse me chasing you for me wanting to catch you, cool?
If he's not doing the chasing, that's your sign, girl. If he's not doing the chasing, don't feel like you have to do something to improve this man. He's just not the right man for you.
Sometimes people are chasing just to chase. The chase ain't even about you. It's the fact that he get an adrenaline rush trying to convince a woman that normally don't behave like this to do that for him. There's certain men that are chasing you because it's fun. They like the cat and mouse game, to getting you finally over to their apartment, finally to take your drawers off, finally to get you to lower your guard and to trust them. That is the game. Certain people like to chase just to chase. He don't want to catch you. If everybody was chasing to catch, there would be more wives and less heartbroken single women, because there are men that's going to chase simply because they got nothing better else to do. There are men right now that is asking you on dates, not because he is intentional, but because he is looking for entertainment. Guess what his entertainment is? Playing with your heart.
Because I cannot be hurt.
I'm shocked and you would think that I would hurt you.
It just wouldn't be good.
I'm not trying to hurt you, babe.
But do you want me?
I want you, babe. Want you.
But do you need me? You need me?
No, I need you. I love you.
What's up, Miss Lady? Don't make me crash out here.
Miss Lady, a glass of champagne.
Darnell Wright.
Brandy, she came.
Man, she way out of your league, kid.
No, because I'm going to hit that, and you know I'm going to hit that.
Why didn't you tell me you couldn't ride?
I told you I could ride a monkey. I can get close to you.
Tell me it was worth it.
It's all right. Think about cutting her off.
Well, why would I leave my man alone here on a ladies' night?
I'm not your man.
You said you loved me.
Oh, no. You cancel that.
Some feathers is about to get ruffled, but let's get into it first. Hey friend, welcome to my channel, Green Elemental Gems. This channel is dedicated to leveling up in all areas of your life. So let us learn together, read together, but most importantly, grow together. Now, without further ado, let's get into this video. Today we are talking about just because he or she chased you, because we're not just going to leave it at he, okay? Because women do the same thing, but just because somebody's chasing you does not mean they actually want you. And you're probably like, Kareem, what? No, people just be bored. And the sooner you understand that, the less heartache you'll have for yourself. And you know, I wouldn't even just make that exclusive to dating alone. I would say it could be like that in friendships too. It could be like that even with family. Like in just all circles, you have to know the difference between somebody just chasing you because they're bored and somebody having genuine interest in you. How do you do that? Well, let's get into it. Let's talk about it. First of all, how you know somebody's chasing you because they're bored is that when are they chasing you? At what time? Like let's focus on dating, right? Let's focus on dating. This video is mostly focused on dating, but you can't apply it to everything else. What time is the person always hitting you up, right? Do the person hit you up really late? That's obvious. I already did a video on always the booty call a long time ago, which I'll link in the comments for you guys. What time does the person hit you up? If they're hitting you up late, after hours, or for them when it's like there's nothing else to do, like at the very end of their day. And sometimes you'd be surprised, even at the very start of their day. Also, some people can misunderstand someone hitting you up at the very start of their day as if, oh, they woke up thinking about me and I was on their mind and this and that. That's not true. Some people scroll mindlessly during the morning and they're bored during the morning and they hit you up too. Now, in all transparency, I've been one of the weirdos that would show interest when I really wasn't that interested, right? So it would look like I was giving in to the chase as well, but I knew in my mind I'm not that interested, but I was bored, or the person is bad, but we're keeping it real. We're keeping it real. Keep it real in the comments. Keep it real in the comments. Have you ever been the person that would give in to the chase? Or if you're a guy, were you the one chasing, but you weren't necessarily interested? And comment below your experience, because this happens more than usual. And a lot of people don't like to talk about it when this is like a common thing. It happens all the time. But I was giving into the chase. I was responding. I was playful. I was all this and that, to the point where I'd wake up and I'd be like, good morning, and stuff like that. And all the while, I know if this person gets a little too serious, I'm gonna have to back out because I'm really just bored and they're entertaining me at the moment. Maybe they have a good conversation, but that's where it ends. Like, the conversation is great, but they don't have all the other attributes, right? So don't look at the morning, because a lot of people say if he's just hitting you up at night, because usually the people that I would hit back up at night, were people that I actually was interested in. And now that I'm finally free and I'm relaxed, I actually want to dedicate my time to responding to you and, giving you a thorough response and not just talking. If that makes it. I know it sounds backwards, but that's where it goes to show you the rules are different for everybody. Comment below for you. What is it? Do you respond to people at night when everything is done and you have the time to really dedicate to them, especially serious conversations? If I want to have a serious conversation with you, I'm a busy person during the day. I wake up already having a lot to do. So for me, before bed, before like that end time, that's when I can really focus on whatever serious conversation I'm having with you, right? You have to know this based on the person's schedule. And if you are at a point where you are not too familiar with the person's schedule to be like, oh, well, they're hitting me up in the morning because they're really interested and that's when their quiet time is, and at night it's this and that. If you're not too sure of their schedule, then you probably shouldn't be too concerned with this person, period, because a person that's interested in you, you will know their schedule. Take the game, okay? From one player to another. I'm joking. I have my toxic era. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. But trust me, when a woman is interested, when I was interested, and whoever I'm talking to, you will know my schedule. And they will freely provide, like, to tell you, hey, I was working at this time, if the person called or text, like, you will get a play-by-play of their day, naturally, not in some weird way, but you're subtly letting the person know when your free times are and when they're not. If the person is dry, you don't know they're coming in or they're going out, what their schedule is, they're not interested, honey. It's the same thing for men, right? I've never had to ask a man that I know is generally interested in me about their schedule, about their time. Like, when do you work? Or what did it? They naturally provide that. They already tell you, even from before the first date. They'll already let you know their availability. Oh, let's go on this day because I work on this to this time, and then I'm taking classes in this and this time, or I'm doing that. So you already have a feel for their schedule. That's how you know the person is even interested in you. If you are like fighting for your life to get information on this person, you're fighting for your life to know their goings ins and their comings out, what their schedule is. Sis, I hate to break it to you, but he's not interested. Same for the women. Like, she's not interested. You don't have to fight for your life when someone's interested. They will really let you, and they're trying to bring you into their world to even see if it's compatible, if it's a match. If I already know I don't want you in my world, we're not compatible, I'm not all that interested, I don't care to know if we match or not, if that makes sense, right? So I don't need to bring you into my world. And if I don't need to bring you into my world, what you need to know what I'm doing for, where I'm at, who I'm talking to, what you need to know that for? Why do you care? Like, there's no future for us. So there's some information you don't need to care about. That's one way that you'll know. But also, how do you know that they're chasing you? You'll know that they're chasing you because they're just bored, because the less you know about them, the more you know they're just bored. If they're hitting you up, but there's not really intentional connection, like there's been people that you might have an intentional connection with them, right? Because I always encourage women, don't go lay with people. Y'all know I'm very conservative on this channel, and I'm bold about it. I know people may call me a prude or whatever. I'm very conservative. Please do not give your body, in the words of Marjorie Harvey, to anybody that's not your husband. But I also encourage young ladies to not just settle for anybody. And the way you know who you're selling with is date people. Allow people to court you. Take your time before you're like, okay, this is the one. Pray about it and let God choose for you. You know what I'm saying? But don't be afraid to date. Don't be afraid to date. God may just send you your man. Yes, indeed, just like that. But I'm telling you, 9 out of times you're stuck in your home, never responding back to people going on dates. You're never going to know who's for you, right? Now that we got that off the way, there's been dates. I'll go on dates with somebody and I'm genuinely interested. The conversations are superior, like-minded, iron sharpening iron. Like, my goodness, I could talk to this person forever. And I'm like, oh, we're really compatible. And we're talking. But then in the same token, you're like, I don't know. Maybe you notice some things where you're like, I don't know if this could work, right? They'd make a great friend. Because they're fun. Their conversation, they could keep up with my wit and respond back until intelligent and stuff. But there's some aspects of their lives that are like, I don't think we'd be equally yoked or compatible in that regard. Or there's just little things. Little things that now is little, but in the long run may be a big deal. But you don't necessarily want to stop talking to that person because they're interesting. And in a sense, it sounds bad, but you want to friend zone them in a sense. But a lot of men have character. Men that are great conversationalists like this, I found that like iron sharpening iron, when y'all talk, y'all quit with it. They don't really like to be friend zoned. They're going to step all the way back. They have a lot of respect and dignity for themselves, where they're like, nah, you're not just gonna keep me around. I'm not gonna keep talking to you to entertain you. It's either you want me or not, okay? Which is a great thing. But sometimes someone, just because a lot of women, I'm putting y'all on game. Listen. I know it's bad when people say that. They say that all the time. But in the best way, I'm saying that. Like, my life, I have so many brothers, okay? Brothers that are, Haitian brothers. Haitian brothers are not really blood brothers, but your brothers that are around you, whatever, like your parents, friends, sons, and all of those, or the family of your best friend is your family too, and your family is their family. So whoever there is, your brothers too. I have a lot of brothers, okay? A lot of uncles too. And listen, that is game that I'm telling y'all. If there's men watching, comment below. Let them know, because a lot of women confuse good conversation with a guy as interest. Don't do that. And as a woman, I'm telling you, fellas, ladies, comment below. A lot of men confuse good conversation with interest. Some people just like to talk. Some people just love good conversation. They love debate. They love certain topics. Unless the safest place to be is in transparency. That rhymes, right? But the person has to tell you verbatim. And I know I'm animated with this because I see my sisters falling for this. Unless the guy tell you out of his mouth, believe what he tells you and what he does. If he has to tell you he's interested, he has to tell you his future with you. He has to intentionally try to be with you, make it clear. Like, there can't be no room for confusion for you to know without a shadow of a doubt. This man got to tell you, like Steve Harvey told Marjorie the first time he met her, he paused that show. I don't know who this is, but I'm going to marry you one day. It got to be like that. Unless it's like that, listen, don't put in your mind conversation, all of this, da, 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 da. You got to be, I'm not saying cold or frigid, but still have your boundaries, your morals. Don't give in. Like, I made the mistake in the past, over talking, having fun conversation with the person, thinking it's something, and in your mind is, oh, you're already seeing your marriage with them, over daydreaming and stuff like that. And the person never intended to have a future with you. They were playing with you. They were messing with you. Once you wake up from that fever dream, you got to cut that off. Because me, it ain't nothing for me to cut something off that's not serving me. You're not going to play me. I'm not a placeholder for you. Okay, I'm not going to be your source of entertainment until you find the real woman that you want to be with. Men, you have to have the same thing. Women will talk to you. Don't confuse good conversation. I know it's like, oh, well, that's scary. No, this is why people need to be bold and intentional when they're dating. Stop settling for this. Like, I'm telling you right now, it's not difficult. It's not overwhelming. If a man is interested in you, he will make it known. He will make it clear. He will chase you. He will pursue you. He will not let you get out of his grasp. He will not leave you for another man to take you. He will lock it in. And women are the same way, right? It should be in these type of situations when you know someone's genuinely interested in you, both are locking in, both are confirming, both are affirming. You give, you take, you give and take. That's where it's at. I'm affirming you, you affirming me. I'm locking in, you're locking in. We're being transparent, you're being transparent, right? Because here's the other mistake that both men and women do is that there's compatibility on both sides. They're not just pursuing because of boredom, but no one's locking it in. No one's saying, like, you're talking, but there's no flirting. I'll say this because, transparent with you guys just a little bit. I've dated there's a guy that I dated that I was very interested in. He was very interested in me as well. Conversations were spectacular, equally yoked, same faith, same culture, all of that, right? Things that, was like, okay, those are pluses for me. And I don't know if it's because I know I can make someone nervous, not in the physical sense with how I look, but in how I talk. I love conversation. I'm a sapiosexual. I did a video on sapiosexuals. What they are, it's not a sexual thing. It's more, they're very mentally driven when dating someone. Like, you have to mentally stimulate me. I have to mentally stimulate you. And it was there. But this person only stayed there because they were very nervous about still, like when we did the video on why good girls date bad boys and why bad boys date good girls, right? That the bad boys is a little bit more bold and honest with their emotions and feelings. Most men that are sapiosexuals don't know how to be that. They don't know how to just say, oh, you're beautiful. Oh, I want to be serious with you. So they're just waiting for the woman to kind of make the first move. But then as a woman, I never encourage. I'm very traditional in that way and very old school. I'm not going to assume anything. I'm not about to embarrass myself, When I was young and foolish, I was young and foolish and embarrassed myself a couple times, jumping the gun. So you have to speak up. And for me, I misread that. Hey, yeah, the conversation is great, but I'm not going to assume that the great conversation means that we're locked in. So since you're not pushing enough to lock it in, I stepped away and just moved on with my life. And come to find out, the person was really hurt by that, really hurt, and felt a lot of ways and was confused. Like, we were there where it's like, but listen, it was like a good 2 months. Sir, what do you think, Yeah, no, but it's just their personality type, which I'm saying that sometimes, yes, someone can, but you might lose someone. Like, you have to get bold when you're ready to date, especially if you're the men watching. You have to be bold. You can't date with timidity. You got to be bold. Just like the Lord said, come boldly before the throne, go boldly after what you want. Shoot your shot. Be bold, because you will lose the girl of your dreams or the woman of your dreams if you're shy and timid and you're not bold and you're not aggressively pursuing her. I don't mean, don't be psychopathic, stalking and doing all that. Read the room. But if she's giving back when you're affirming, she's confirming, like, What I mean by that, hey, I'm really interested in you. I like to take things further. I like where this is going. You're a beautiful woman. You're this, you're that. And she's like, oh my goodness, I feel the same way. Yes, let's date, blah, 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 blah. You know, she's affirming you. Go in there. Go in there. Be bold about it. Pursue. Because a woman of quality, a woman that knows her worth, a woman of substance, a woman that's waiting on God, like she's not, you're going to lose her. You're going to lose her if you're moving in timidity. You have to be bold about what you want, right? So I always say, beware of that and beware of gifts. Because a lot of women, if he's buying you gifts, he's taking you out, he's love bombing you, he's showering you with all of these things, and you conflate that. Like you assume that, oh, he's genuinely interested. But men do that if they want to lay with you. They do that if they want to lay with you too, or keep you around. Some men get a high from women being obsessed with them or loving them, right? They get a high from it, and then they move on to the next woman. They love to conquer women's hearts. Once they've conquered your heart, they move on. They're bored and they're on to the next. Unfortunately, there's a lot of women that's like that too. Trust me, I know. There's a lot of women that's like that too. Where in their toxic days, it used to be I want to conquer your heart and then I move on. You get bored easily. Yeah, there's a lot of toxic things of like, I just wanted to conquer your heart and then I got you. All right, I'm out. Like, you all in love or whatever, you move on to the next one. Because it's an addiction to love. I did a video on that too. Addiction to love, just, conquering them. So people that are like that, they'll love bomb you, shower you with gifts, tell you all the right things too. They'll probably be the type to say boldly they're going, they want a future with you. They did say that, they whatever, right? And they'll do all the right things. They really will. And then all of a sudden they get cold and dry and move on. And you're like, whoa, what happened? So that's where the spiritual aspect come in. I wouldn't be Kareen if I didn't add that part where you're really praying and waiting on God to confirm who you're with, right? If you're now ready for marriage, you're ready to settle down and be serious, don't move unless God tell you to move. And if God is not confirming, that's a no. Because there's been situations where I'm asking God, confirm. I have my thing between me and God on how I know who the person will be for me. We have our thing. We have our understanding. And God works with me with those things, right? So God is not confirming with that thing with someone that I may be talking to. And I'm waiting for the confirmation with our little secret code or understanding. And it's not happening. I'm like, well, all right. Then you jump the gun. And then turns out you find out this was a terrible person. You done jumped the gun. You done caught feelings. Now you got to heal from this person. God ain't never confirmed to begin with. You ain't want to listen. Nuh-uh. Where to now moving forward, like, no, Lord, between me and you, I know the sign that to look for. I know what we agreed upon on who is for me, how they will behave, how they will speak to me, how they will approach me. So guess what, Lord? If it's not happening, I ain't gonna move. Until God opens the next door, stay right where you are. That's my motto in life. Until he opens the next door, stay right where you are. And y'all need to start praying about who is going to be. Because times are treacherous out here. It's treacherous. Also, trust your instincts, trust your gut. If it feels off, it feels off. There's been people that would love bomb me, it feels off. And I wouldn't trust my instincts, and it turns out it was off. And then there's people, love bombing you, and it feels off. And then you listen to your gut, and you're like, I'm not gonna bait. And then you find out later, oh, thank God I didn't fall for that bait, because they're terrible people, right? So trust your instincts and gut also. If something feels off, it feels off. And if you're somebody who your gut instinct sucks, you just don't know how to read people. It sucks. You're not in tune with your intuition, that still small voice that's speaking to you in your mind that God puts in you. Because that's all intuition is to me, the Christian, is the Holy Spirit whispering in my ear. If you don't know how to discern the Holy Spirit or discern that voice that's speaking to you, that wants the best for you, plans for you, I suggest you go pray and work on knowing how to discern that. Because if you don't know how to listen to it, you will be trapped in that. But you got to understand, people be bored. People be bored. They be bored. And if you take them seriously, you're going to end up in a whole heap of trouble. Don't take people seriously, man. Like, I don't mean it like that. I mean, bring it to God. But People could flirt with you and talk to all they want. They could do that all they want. I'm not taking you serious until God shows me otherwise. And you're doing the right steps. You're doing the right steps. And if someone's showing you they're interested, when someone's really interested in you, they're not going to play the games of trying to show you there's a plethora of other people interested in them either. That's childish to me. When men do that, they're trying to entice you. You see how many, that's the quickest way for me to, okay, whatever. Get your pick, right? Just like a man of character is not going to fall for that bait either. You trying to make me compete with other men? No. That is showing the type of marriage we would enter into if we got together. So, no. If they're interested, they're going to show you you're the only one. You're the only one I'm interested in. Even if you have people you are dating, your roster's open, you're leaving your options open, you don't have to make the person feel that. You don't have to make them feel like they're competing for your affection or anything like that. If you genuinely like them and you're trying to see where it's going, because that creates tension, and now they're going to love bomb you and try too hard, not be themselves, and you may fall for a facade. No. Be careful with that. But this is all I have to say for this video. I'm curious to see your comments. And share your experiences. I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. I will see you in the next one. Bye.